diet of oranges and rum for 2 weeks, Steve gets way better looking.
Like, how bad do you think these boats smell with that kind of diet?
No, the whole planet back then was awful.
Like, these are the days where they're throwing their toilets into the street, and they're like, hey, look out.
No, people were just shitting in the street.
Last night was taco night. Here it comes.
Right? Now, no bedpans were featured in this film, but there was the old school foot warmer that held the coals. That was kind of cool. You don't see stuff like that in movies all the time.
Knowing my dumb ass, I'd wake up with third-degree burns
I'm
on my feet.
100% burning my feet off.
That's how I wake up every morning. I kick a little too hard and
I turned the foot warmer up a little too hot.
oh, Governor Swan, I added 30 extra coals to your bed tonight.
I asked for medium orange coals, not red hot coals.
Did you want your feet cooked medium well or rare?
It's like it's your feet, which is like always the hottest part of while you're sleeping.
Oh God, yeah. Like, I don't think there was sleeping with your feet out of the covers back then.
No, you would get scurvy, I think.
Yeah, it's just
that's how you get scurvy, I'm
that
pretty
or
sure.
like the rats would eat your feet.
More so that, yeah. Oh, just you need a pile of limes by your bed to fight the scurvy and give the rats something to
What's
eat.
for breakfast? More citrus fruits.
Yar! I have all these blisters in me mouth. Better suck some lime.
Yar.
Yar!
I think that's how every pirate got started, because they all have peg legs.
Yeah.
They burned their foot to the point of amputation, had to get the peg leg, have to be a pirate now.
I thought it was all the diabetes. Yar!
Too many daiquiris. Yar.
Yar! Have to get my foot cut off on account of pirate diabetes. All right. Welcome back, you bunch of scurvy dogs, to the every film in the book.
Yar.
Yar!
I knew it was going to be stupid.
No. Well, I mean, I'm excited this week because guess what we get to do? We get to strap on those 2003 nostalgia glasses, shove our DVDs into our way too advanced DVD players, and we're going to sit down and watch some freaking Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh my God, Pirates of the frickin' Caribbean.
How are you guys not this excited?
I'm excited. I just don't own a DVD player.
No, dude, I was so happy. We watched the DVD that I bought in 2004 when this movie came out. I was
It's
11
vintage.
years old.
Wow.
It's vintage.
I saw this movie in the theater 3 times.
3 times?
3 times in the theater.
I haven't seen this movie until we literally watched it a few days ago.
It's insane. The more we do this podcast, the more we find out that Danielle doesn't watch movies.
Okay, but this was during my period of my life where I didn't watch movies because my parents didn't ever show me movies, and we weren't a big watching household.
That is key, because if your parents don't watch movies, at that preteen, early teen, if you're like 3 friends don't only watch movies, you're not watching movies.
Yeah.
I was outside the whole time.
Like if
I was an outside kid.
my parents didn't show me like Blazing Saddles and Alien and like all these old classics that like if you were to watch today you'd be like, well, these are stupid. Like I've seen 1,000 Alien movies before.
Right.
Like, what does this do anything special? It's like, oh, I've seen 1,000 things before. Why the hell is Pirates so special? But like when you were an 11-year-old boy going to the movie theater to see swashbuckling shenanigans, like you just want to get involved.
That's what it is. It's all shenanigans.
Yeah.
These movies, I remembered them being funnier, but not really. Like there's always like an air of silliness, but what they're doing is the whole time is very serious.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, I was expecting a lot more like because everybody has seen the memes.
Oh yeah,
of,
Jack Sparrow running down the
him
beach.
like, yeah. So I was expecting more silliness, and I did not expect them to take themselves so seriously.
Yeah, I will say these first 3 pirate movies go from, we're searching for treasure and it's a silly like adventure on the high seas with some seriousness into it, to where the second one comes in and we're full serious, and then the third one comes in and the intro is we're literally hanging children and adults. As the intro.
Spoiler,
It gets wild.
Yeah, so I'm like, how do you
It does.
take?
It's kind of gnarly.
I'm like, how do you take
Disney? Disney?
Disney?
Yeah, I'm like, this is based off of a 10-minute ride where
Yeah.
we're just doing pirate
I
shenanigans.
did not believe Steve when he told me that it's literally based off the ride. I thought they made the ride after they made the movies, because that's how they do everything in Disney World now.
Right, they make the movie, then they'll make a ride. But no, this was based off of a ride made back in like the freaking 1970s.
That's crazy.
What I find so interesting about these is while you're watching Pirates of the Caribbean, you go, how many pirate movies are there? And there's like none. There's like no good
outside of this series
pirate movies at all. And so you can really see, like, reading about it, like, they were kind of worried about this movie. They're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if we should make it. And then there was all, like, the casting and things, like Johnny Depp was doing. They weren't sure about it.
Right.
And then it turned out to be a $1 billion franchise immediately.
This came out of literally nowhere. Like, there was no expectations for this movie, and it became like $1 billion franchise. And I mean, I can kind of see why. Like, back in 2003, we were just getting over like a tragedy in the world. So you need like a fun kind of take me out of reality, take me to the past with a drunken pirate looking for gold.
And
like, that's kind of fun.
I'm always a fan of movies that are just movies.
Right.
Like, there wasn't a book that was based on a short story that was based on a verbal tale from a culture somewhere. Like, not that there's anything wrong with retelling stories. That's the whole point of stories. But for this to be an original thing is kind of neat, and especially spawning from a theme park ride and not just someone going, I need to write a movie. They were like, what if we made a movie about like, it's just a neat process on how this became what it is. And now 20 some years later, you're just like, this is a classic franchise that you can put one of these movies in and enjoy it anytime you want. Like, it's not something I come back to a lot.
Right.
But these are
as a full-grown adult.
Right, as a full-grown adult. But rewatching this, I was just like, it's a good pirate movie, and pirates are cool.
Yeah, I was going to say that, obviously I haven't seen the rest of the movies, so I don't know what the rest of the franchise is like.
Right.
But at least for this movie, it seems like its own standalone movie. They're not leading you on to some, further story that you have to watch.
Right.
It is like 2 hours and 30 minutes or something like that.
It's almost a 2.5 hour long.
Oh my goodness. It did not have to be that long.
And I 100% agree with you, because this beginning scene that they throw us into, like this little flashback where, our Elizabeth character is a kid. We discover Orlando Bloom's character is a kid. And then there's like this 35-year-old man who's eventually going to marry this fucking 12-year-old girl.
Oh, that was weird.
And he's like, don't worry, pirates aren't bad. I'll hang them all for you. Anyway, want to get married in 10 years?
Oh my God.
But
I mean,
it's kind of just how things went back then.
and they said the pirates were the problem.
And then I liked the pirates. The pirates are the problem. I like how they do discuss that, like, that would be like he's a man of station,
Right?
And just the culture shift is hilarious, because it's like, well, maybe find a guy that like doesn't treat you like garbage. Like, maybe not.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like it's that classic story of, like the wealthy versus the poor, and, like putting Jack Sparrow in that position of being like poor because he doesn't really own
Right.
anything. He's just a pirate. And he just wanders.
Dude pulls into port on a sinking ship.
Yeah, but it's like
that's
he
so
can
great.
be nice, and the people with everything can be mean. And I think it's trying to show that like aspect of it.
Yeah.
And as far as storytelling goes, they did a good job, and I know some of the technology they used in this was, again, how often do we say this? Like that late 90s, early 2000s CGI is like kind of holds up, kind of works better.
And they put the actors on boats.
Yeah.
And either put them in a water tank or they put them out on the ocean.
Yep.
But
Like
they're
they're actually
on a
swinging
set.
from ropes. and-
Yeah, like that's I think the magic that this captured, especially for like somebody like me growing up and seeing
Yep.
these in theaters. It's like we're in a real like Caribbean setting. Like we're on a freaking pirate ship with a bunch of smelly dudes. Like I can smell them from the screen. Like you feel immersed in this world. Now, Jack Sparrow's doing silly shit and he's like sneezing all over the scenery, but it's like it's fun. Like
Yep.
it's a fun, like low stakes. Oh, there's skeletons. They're so spooky.
I
but it's
also-
like fun.
I like how they never mention their surroundings either. Like
Right.
the streets are gross.
Mm-hmm.
We find some characters like literally sleeping with pigs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're all kind of a little bit dirty.
That's definitely
It's
not
just-
a callback to the ride.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know, the way they just show it, they don't really tell it.
Right.
It's just, here's a story in this setting. You're just going to be in that setting for the
Yeah,
story.
they're
It's-
really good
it's
at just
really
like
nice.
throwing you in the environment, and that's what it is.
And
Yeah,
like
they don't harp on it.
I love the idea of just a simple pirates looking for treasure story. Now they do add the aspect of like the supernatural, like the one set
Right.
of pirates is cursed and they turn into skeletons.
They do a little bit more than touch on the fact that there are ghost skeleton
No, I mean,
pirates.
that's not my point. Like
There's a lot of that.
it's like it's more of like when you get into these sequels and then we start adding like you get Davy Jones and there's a Kraken and there's like
All right. Well,
13 double crosses and like
I
when you
haven't seen the rest of them.
we're never going to get to them. It doesn't matter. So all I'm trying to say is like this is like a simple pirates looking for treasure type of story
Yep.
where it's like you don't have to get involved with it. You don't have to like fucking pause it when you go to the bathroom because you know what the mission is from minute 1.
Right? Is there treasure on screen? No, haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
Is there treasure on screen? They found it.
Right. So
Okay, cool.
right. And then like you have the William Turner character who's like outside of the whole pirate thing as like your audience guy to like cling on to and be like, all right, we're going to learn about pirate culture through William Turner's eyes. And then Jack Sparrow is our
And
narrator.
I like that he's dead set. He has the same kind of mindset towards pirates as everyone else.
right.
And it is kind of funny because you can get like super deep and be like, well, he's struggling with, learning about pirates and slowly, is he becoming one? It's like, okay, everybody hated pirates and he hates pirates the whole time, but he ends up like being pretty good at being a pirate. So maybe this is a good, shocker, pirates in your blood,
Yeah.
that's it.
And I think it's cool that they, are showing that there are like the good pirates and the bad pirates almost,
Yep.
where, we have our ragtag team of like, let's help out, someone that we know. And then there's like the pirates who stole things and they're just trying to fix their
curse.
their skeleton ghostliness.
Well, they didn't read the fine print when they
They
took
didn't.
the Aztec gold. They're just like, whatever, I'll sign the...
If there's gold I'm not taking, Aztec.
It's
Aztec gold.
It's like the fucking
That culture
user
was
agreements.
nuts.
And
Yeah.
they're just like, whatever, I'm not going to read that. I'll sign it. Submit.
But it is like a cool take too on like they're not just searching for gold for the purpose of getting gold. They're trying to return it actually because they were cursed. So
Right.
it's a different way to to tell a pirate story.
Yeah, and it's
definitely.
like that's what I want out of like a pirate movie. I want them to go on an adventure to find gold and doubloons.
And it did-
Like, how does Muppet Treasure Island do that better than most movies?
Yeah, that's a tough. It's a tough pill to
Yeah.
swallow. Yeah.
It's like a movie with hand puppets does a pirate adventure better than most of these sequels to this pirate movie.
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah,
crazy.
That was rough. Yeah, that's rough.
That was made in fucking like 1985.
I know that's
also,
an old one.
I've also never seen.
Oh my god, that's a movie and a half.
It's a classic.
I'll make all of you sit through that.
It's a classic.
God,
It's my favorite Muppet movie.
not the Muppets.
Yeah, it's probably
it's
that's
the
probably-
best
that's
Muppet movie.
The best.
You
That's
got
the best.
Tim
Muppet.
Curry as the bad pirate.
Yeah.
He's great, and he sings. Oh, I fell in love with Tim Curry that day.
So there's a few things. Obviously, this is a Disneyfied portrayal of pirates.
Right.
There isn't a whole lot of murder.
Usually there's more murder with
Usually
real pirates.
there's a lot more murder.
And like, I mean, now it doesn't stray away from like pirate violence.
That's what
There-
I'm getting to.
There
yeah.
is one of the servants when they're coming to kidnap Elizabeth in the middle gets a fucking shot between the eyes and he just goes down. Now you're not gonna see his brain like shoot out of the back of his skull,
That would make it R-rated.
Yeah.
but I'm like, for a pirate movie, they do show you some of the violence
and
that you would want to see.
It also shows like what they were willing to do to become human again.
right.
Which you find out later, but it works in that context because these are the pirates, and they even, Steve, you love this, they spoon feed you. Well, you're the governor's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh right, that's why they're getting her. Oh, thanks for putting that in there. But that was kind of neat.
That's my favorite line. It's like, what are they doing? Well, they're coming for you, obviously. You're the governor's daughter. It's like, what makes you so fucking special?
Well, they'll get the most ransom, but they weren't after. They
Yeah,
weren't after
no.
her. They were. They were. Who were they even?
They were trying to find
Well,
William Turner.
They thought she was a descendant of.
Yeah, and then when
And-
she tells them her name and she's like, I'm Elizabeth Turner. Yeah, definitely Turner.
Right. That's
that
what it was.
confused me so much. I was like, wait a minute, are they like actually like related somehow? And I got a little confused with that. And I kept
Yeah.
asking Steve, like, why is she Turner? And he's like, she just said she was Turner.
Yeah, because she thought they were kidnapping her because she was the governor's
And the
daughter.
name she used was actually what they were looking for.
Yeah, so it was just
Yeah.
a happy turn of coincidences. But yeah, she was just trying to not get kidnapped by saying, yeah, I'm Elizabeth Swan, the governor's daughter.
Which
'cause
I don't know.
she probably would have
Your
been better
fate
off if she
might
said
have-
Swan.
Yeah, your fate might be a little different if you become expendable to the pirates.
Right.
Yeah.
And not useful in
Yeah.
some way.
But they still ended up wanting her blood. So it's like,
Yeah, because they thought she was the descendant of
Right.
this bootstrap Bill Turner.
which then will
break
end
their
the curse, but they have to return the gold and the blood.
Right.
It's very complicated.
Yeah, there's a lot to the plot. It's like, we got to get this guy's blood, but that's not the right blood. But Johnny Depp knows the right blood. So
Yeah,
we're
so
going
then
to get
he
Johnny
goes
Depp.
and gets the
Yeah, it's
And it was a good kind of lesson in like sneaky, like how resourceful
right.
and kind of how smart Johnny Depp is.
Right. And like,
What's his name? Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow. Because he portrays the like goofball. Like he's
Yep.
pulling into port on a sinking ship. He has nothing to his name but a single shot and a rusted sword. Like he plays the goofball, but then when you actually see him like manipulating situations to like
And you're like,
fit
all right,
his goal,
we see
you're
you,
like,
Jack.
oh,
So-
maybe there's more to him.
So that's why they call him Captain Jack.
But you do know of me. You have heard of me.
I just love when they pull his sword out and it was like, and I half expected it to be made of wood.
Yeah, but fuck that guy. Nobody likes that guy.
Yeah, nobody
He's an
likes
asshole.
Norrington. He's an asshole. He has the greatest actual, like, his actual name is the greatest pirate name. His name is Jack Davenport. Like, that is already the greatest pirate name.
Captain Jack Davenport.
Davenport.
Yeah, and then they called him, like,
And he doesn't
something
live at
Norrington
Davenport.
in
Yeah.
the movie. So I'm like, they could have just called him Jack Davenport.
It's Commodore Norrington now. I got a promotion.
Orlando Bloom, make me a sword.
Oh my god. And then Elizabeth. And what's his name?
Will.
And Will.
Yeah, you can
classic,
feel the tension.
It's a classic. Well, I knew you when you were 12, so now I'm in love with you. Kind of story.
It's the classic. The rich girl wants the slummy kind of like everyday man, but she has to
didn't
marry
know
her
he was
station.
pirate royalty.
Yeah, like at the
Although
end
they did drown Bootstrap Bill. Yeah, he died.
Like at the end there when she's just like, I choose the life of a pirate because Will's just so much dreamier than Norrington.
Which,
Have you seen those eyes?
She's not wrong. And
like,
the rest of the films, some crazy adventures.
I'm just saying.
I thought you were going to say crazy sexual tension.
There is.
Oh, it's nuts. That too. It's ridiculous.
The sequels to this movie are the horniest movies.
Yeah.
Like,
and
as a fucking 13-year-old seeing her in the second one, you're like,
my pants are tight. What is that?
She slowly starts to dressing
she
like
becomes
a
a pirate.
And then it's way better than the big
my God.
dress.
By the third one, they're like,
better.
we know the kids growing up want to see some fucking skin. So they put her in like these tight, like, push the boobs up, squeeze them together, and we're like, whew.
And that's where it goes from nice family-friendly movie to typical early 2000s sexist shit. Like,
and
everything leads to that.
I'm here for it.
Like, they knew exactly what they were doing because they're playing to they're like, all right, these kids were 11 when these came out. All right, they're about 14, 15 now by the third one. We know what they're looking for.
I gotta be honest, I don't know if it's for the kids.
I mean, it's not. It's for all the dads who had to bring their fucking kids and they're like entertained.
Yeah, we're like, I actually thought it was pretty good. Yeah, not bad.
Meanwhile, they're Googling how old she is.
Yeah, and they're like, is she at least 21? All right, that's fine. But yeah, no, like these movies were just, they hit at the right time in like my childhood where I was like when we went to Disney after these came out, I had the necklace with the freaking Aztec gold on it.
Steve, you're gonna get cursed.
Yeah.
What?
That actually brings up a good point. Okay, so this curse.
So I'm actually a skeleton.
Wait a minute.
No, actually, no. It brings up a good logic point. Now, granted, this is a Disney movie. Granted, this is 2003, so there's no point in poking holes in the logic. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
So Disney pirate movie, Steve.
So as these gold pieces got taken, that's when the curse happens. So you would think Elizabeth having this piece of gold every night would turn into a skeleton and freak herself the fuck out.
That was my question.
She didn't steal it. It was given to her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because when Johnny takes it at the end and he turns into a skeleton, I was like, okay, so just because he possessed the gold, he wasn't like the original person to steal it.
Well, I think that has more to do with he was kicked off the ship.
Right.
And then he was like getting back on the ship. Like he was now working with them. So like I think it kind of applies to like the group of people who stole the gold.
I thought it was because he physically took gold from the cave.
He did steal it.
Yeah.
So he thieved it. So I think it's the thieving.
Yeah. And I think because she wasn't the one to physically remove it from there, she didn't get the curse.
So we could all be rich. We just need a middleman to steal it all, and then he can sell them to us. And then as long as he's good with a freaking little curse, we'll be good.
I'm going to steal it. I'm not the biggest food fan because like that's the main reason why they want to get rid of the curse. They're like, oh, those...
For too long have I drank and not have my thirst quenched. For too long have I eaten and it turned but nothing but ash. For too long I touched a woman and she's like, you're kind of cold. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't heat up.
Yeah, but like, aren't you like immortal?
Yeah, you can live through anything.
The trade-off is gangster. The trade-off is gangster.
You would think that's the pirate's fucking dream. Right. I can't be killed. They can't hang me. I can steal gold for the rest of my life.
Right?
Yep.
Like, that's why vampires stay alive for so long.
You have all your skin if you're not in the moonlight.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can probably still get off. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say it doesn't sound too bad.
Are you like non-corporeal or whatever, where it's like you can't
only at night you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Like during the day you're a solid person. Yeah, at night
there.
you're just bones. Like that's a good trade-off. I'll take it.
A lot of times I'm not making that joke.
All right.
I'm not making that joke.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, I'm not making that joke. But like honestly, like it, as far as curses go,
Not the worst.
that
curse.
one's not the worst
Like,
one.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, you like it's basically like you just got superpowers.
It's I love the
I'm
and-
Skeleton Man.
And what were you planning to do after you killed me or whatever?
Yeah.
He's got that knife sticking out of his chest. She just freaks out, and then she gets tossed into the crew, and then we, the audience, get tossed into that for the
Yeah.
first time. And watching it again, I was like, "Yo, this is wild,
Dude, and like
this is
the
wild."
and the freaking soundtrack that dum 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 dum. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go, Skeleton Pirates.
Disney's always had good scores
yeah.
for stuff.
Well, I mean,
but-
they hire Hans Zimmer, and then you get good music. So
Yeah.
it's like surprise, surprise. But like, yeah, and then I just love him being like, "You best start believing in ghost stories. You're in one."
the
You
classic.
do such a good pirate voice.
I was in
classic
a-
line.
I don't know if you know this. I was in a pirate metal
Pirate
band
metal
for a
band.
while. I had to speak in nothing but pirate.
Well, the both of us know that, but I don't know if
I don't
anyone
know
else.
if I'd have told the whole
Yarr,
planet.
we be called Pirate Armageddon.
That's what it was.
Yeah, we were
Look them
pretty-
up on YouTube. They're on there.
Yeah, I
somewhere.
doubt we're still on there. But if we are,
Oh,
check it out.
Nothing leaves YouTube.
You'll be surprised I had hair back then.
Yarg!
Yarr,
I was a brunette.
yarr, I had curls.
Oh my god.
The
How
high
many-
seas whipped my hair into a frenzy.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, no, I don't know hair lingo anymore. It's been too long.
Hair lingo.
I've lost it all.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
But yeah, I mean, what else can we really say about it? This is just a fun 2003.
It's a fun early Disney pirate movie that has cool characters, a good main cast,
Yeah.
some really funny moments, some borderline scary stuff. So
As a
you're,
kid, you'd
you're
be
gonna
scared, yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
that
it's a
skeleton
story- it's a-
monkey freaked me out.
it's
as a
yeah,
kid.
that's creepy as hell.
Yeah.
So you've got to follow along the story, and it's a cool enough story to follow along. There's several moving parts to it, which means you can kind of pick what's you like the best and like, well, I really like this character. Well, there's probably a little something with that character. There's some really funny lines.
Mhm.
There's some really good acting. There's some it's not really violence, but like
Action.
there's some sword
Yeah.
fights. There's some banter during sword fights.
Yeah, like
There's
there's
the
something
rich
for the
versus the
whole
poor.
family.
The
Right.
the classic cops versus robbers things. You know what I mean? Like because I don't know what they were called, but like the sea police were trying to kill all the pirates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's
The
the
sea
cat and mouse. There's the gold.
Love
there's,
story.
there's one woman in the film.
No.
This movie doesn't pass the Bechdel test.
Yeah,
or
because I
whatever.
mean, women are either talking about marrying men or they're
Mm.
talking about but pirates are scary, but they're kind
But
of
I do,
intriguing.
I do like the gal that is on Jack Sparrow's
Yeah,
crew.
you know who that is?
Yeah, but I don't know. What
That's
her name
that's
is, but-
Gamora from
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's why I got a
Yeah.
bone.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah,
is her
yeah,
name.
yeah. That's hard to
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah, that I think this was now. Don't come at me. I think this was her first like major film, and which kind of led her to getting, stuff in Guardians, stuff in like her own leading
Well,
roles.
once you sign with Disney, that's a blood contract. You're never
that's
getting
why
out of
she
it.
didn't come
Yeah,
back for the
y-
sequels, because she actually became a big name, and she was
Mm.
like, "I'm not playing pirate number 3.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's a good
I'm gonna
point.
go play Gamora."
Yeah, but with
Yeah.
Disney, you either have to like ruin your life really bad or always be in
Yeah,
Disney
Right,
you're
movies.
just
right.
Yeah.
perpetually in Disney.
Yeah, and I mean Johnny Depp did 6 of these. He's in all of them. He's the only one who kept coming back because I mean, once you have that iconic character, like you're gonna play that character. Like
Yeah.
it's just how it is.
And also, it's a good character. People liked it, and it's a fun. It's just fun.
Yeah,
It's
people
just
just want to
fun.
go like savvy, mate.
Yeah.
Nah, the rules, they're more just like guidelines, savvy.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And next we'll talk about the Depp versus Heard case.
Yeah, so join us for that fucking whirlwind.
Yo, we just go on an hour-long rant about how nuts that was that the
was
whole world
crazy.
And
watched
then my
that.
dog stepped on a bee.
I
So
did
crazy.
not need to know.
She shit my
Yeah.
dead
Any-
love.
I didn't need to know any of that.
Too
that it was-
personal.
the fact that it was on TV was nuts.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
and then they made like 4 documentaries
Yeah.
about it. Fucking TMZ had 7 out the next day.
Yep. I don't know.
And that's all I can think about when I think of
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Now, yeah, so you got to put yourself in 2003, Johnny Depp. He's coming off of like Sleepy Hollow, fucking Edward
Yep.
Scissorhand. He was a heartthrob. He was getting a blowjob and eating Gilbert Grape, you know?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was a fucking movie star.
Yeah.
And now we kind of look at Johnny Depp in a different light.
I
Poor
don't.
buddy.
I don't. But yeah. That'd be tough on anybody.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
tough on anybody.
Well,
Well, next
With
week
that-
when we start stepping on bees and talking about Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard.
Which just completely changed the trajectory of the podcast and just
Yeah.
only discuss court cases from now on.
can you imagine?
This is becoming a true crime
Every
podcast.
proceeding in the book.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, well, before it gets too much into the court cases, we'll catch you guys next time for another episode of Every Film in the Book. See ya.
Yarr.
Yarr.
Yarr. Yeah.